Hi again everyone. Just back to show the kit that I got for Fiona. It was from her Etsy store. It was the Card Maker's Delight embellishment kit, and it was £18 plus P&P. So I'll just start with the bling because that's out. I did actually film this earlier, and Ian came in and started all his nonsense, so I had to cancel. But I'm just going to move you over so that you can see it properly and it saves me having to keep changing things around. Very nice. So, this is what I got. There is large flatback cream petals, the flower flatback cream petals, oops, the really large ones, there's diamantes, small ones, excuse the noise, Max is under my chair. There's several different pendants. There's a purple glass with the silver foil inside. There's two. This one's the Aurora Borealis one. You can see the different colours shining through it. This one is just a acrylic pink heart one. There's a huge diamante, another large diamante. There's the acrylic pearl, cameo style. There's a floral acrylic embellishment. There's a few bling embellishments. There's 8, right, 2 white, 2 brown, 8 butterflies, brown, pink, white and black, 2 of each. There's a handmade Fiona bling. There's 2 of the bling cameos. One of the large bling flatbacks. Just turn this round a bit now. There's this, and I'm sure it's a vintage one. Doesn't look new, and it doesn't look like a replica vintage. It does actually look vintage. Another piece of vintage bling. That's a wee tin flower. But obviously there was meant to be something in there, but you can add in a pearl or whatever. And then there's a selection of beads, metal, glass, pot, the Shambhala ones, some lamp work ones, some acrylic, metal, square ones, again metal fretwork ones, or is it filigree we call it. There's some metal spacer ones. So there's a good selection there. There's also or is it welded together? Let's just click one there. There's 2 strands of the bling trim. No, it's not 2 strands, it's just 1 long strand. So there's that. There's the, I'll just move you a bit for this part. There's the burlap ribbon. Lovely design on it. Oh, and I also got a wee plastic container to embellish. Some of the things were in it, that's why I forgot about it. And 2 of the lace bobbins, like that. They've got put me in mind of the Jamaican colours, the green, red and gold. Really pretty actually. Really pretty. Anyway, back to this. There's this silver ribbon trim, and it's like the zigzag style. There's this one which I love. I've never seen it before. It's red and gold, but it's wired, and because it's so thin, it could be easily used as a spiral embellishment on a canvas or on a mixed media project. So I really like that idea. There's this white chiffon with the pink embroidery on it. What's it easy? There's the pink bobble trim, and obviously there's a lot of it as well. There's a good load of this. It's the pink gathered trim. I've used this before and I've coloured it. I done it on my Gothic plaque. So it's easy to, that type of material, it takes it so well when you're recolouring it. So just remember you can recolour them. This is a different pink gathered trim. It's a little bit finer, the detailing. A thick brown and gold ribbon. It's meant to be that way, but for some reason I seem to prefer it this way. And I know all the threading's there, but I like it. I just prefer the colour on it. I know I'm odd. I can live with it. The pink satin shabby chic country rose ribbon. There's this, and it's gorgeous. It's like an embroidered lace. It's really wide. Gorgeous. 2 larger doilies that I'm going to need to give a wash because I think they've been picked up at Cadbury, and they just need a wash. There's a few wee stains on them. and they do smell a bit icky, so I'm actually going to put them away separate because they've getting washed. There's these white ones, which are super soft, are the cotton ones, and there's 3 of them, the exact same design. There's a huge piece of this. I can't remember what you call this. Jacquard? Can't remember. But it's huge and it'll be great for flowers. It's frays really easily. And then there's a good A3 size of white felt, which never goes wrong when you're backing flowers and things. And then not finally, but for the kit, this gold and brown ribbon, or is it copper and brown? Some metallic brown ribbon. Then I also ordered these, and it's 8 gem butterfly stickers. No idea what I'll use them on. Probably won't even use them right away, but they were pretty. And we all love the pretty things. So that was my kit from Fee. Some other wee bits and bobs I've had the last day or so. I ordered these last week, and if I'm honest, I was really silly. I didn't measure sizes or anything. I just, oh, they're lovely, I'll take them. And they're toty. They're doilies. Don't get me wrong, they're absolutely lovely. I don't even know if you'll see the detailing on them. But there's like embossing. There's like an emboss on it. You do see it slightly there, around the sides. So they are lovely, but just the size threw me. And then there's this one as well. But as I said, they're toty, they're what? 9 centimetres diameter. So I just didn't measure it properly. But I reordered from it the other day once they arrived, because their stuff is lovely. But it just wasn't the sizes that I was looking for. These are more the size I wanted. And I'll show you what they're for in a minute. These are, oops, it's not ordered 4. I'm going to check that. But there's these ones here, these are a lot larger. These will be for projects. I think there's 50 in that pile. And it's like the lotus flower that's round the sides. It's like the lotus flower. So it says they'll be for projects, those ones. These ones, I think there's 100 there. And again, these are small, but they're, I think, 11 centimetres in diameter. and they'll also be used for what I was thinking. And finally there's these ones, there's 250 here, and these are the ones that I was wanting particularly, because I'll show you right now what they were for. So I'm really chuffed with that, and that's the name of the lady. Our prices are pretty reasonable, and our stuff is lovely. But what I had ordered is this. Now, what I had done is I ordered these for racks. They're not by any means the beautiful vintage ones that we get sent from a lot of people abroad. But what I was thinking is, if I'm folding that back, adding wee oil at the top, and then a peg, I thought that would be quite pretty. And there's a few colours there. There's red, yellow, blue, purple and pink. So as I said, that was my rationale for that, is to use them for racks, rather than having to keep using the plastic ones, and they're not always as pretty as what you would like them to be. So that was those. Then I bought these ones here, and what I intend to do with these ones is to use my stamp set that I bought, and I absolutely love it. And it's got Your Dream Come True, Inspiration, Spread Your Wings, Follow Your Heart, and I love the detailing. I mean, that also almost looks like a person standing on that butterfly. And there's 3 good sized butterflies on it. So I'll be putting, for instance, folding that back, a wee bit of washi tape on the back, stamp, and then your sentiment, and it will just be a personalised bag. So that's my thoughts for them, for racks and challenge entries and stuff. So yeah, that was my doilies and what they were getting used for. What else did I do? Oh, I got new ribbon. Mickey Mouse. Pink, blue, light pink, lavender, cream and tan. And I don't think I paid there for it, another metre each of them. I would have probably paid at the very most £1 probably. I got some wee teapots delivered. These were ones I actually ordered a while ago, and they went missing. But they've arrived now. probably about 3 months after they were ordered, but they're quite pretty. And these are larger clips for dangles. I think that's all. I've not really been doing anything else, I don't know what to think. This is just some of the watercolours I've been looking on. Just while I've been wallowing. I've been doing some watercolours with ink pencils. And you can see the detailing on it is fab, I love them. And that's all done with Inktense water pencils and, sorry, Derwent watercolour, Inktense Derwent pencils, and some of the red I have used pro markers just to highlight some of the wee embellishments on it. But as I said, you'll see there's virtually no pro markers used, it's tiny wee bits. And it's just really in the bottom ones to make them stand out a bit more. That was another one I done last night, I think, or the night before maybe. But as I said, I'll cut parts of that out. I'm not really bothered with the guy type of thing. If anything, I would chop the head off and use the bottom half. Because I'm not enamoured with him at all. But that's it really. Yep. Nothing else, sorry. But thanks for watching, and I will speak to you all soon. Take care for now, bye.